Now my large tub of Angel Eyes Orange here, I have actually taken out a couple of other smaller stems, but I've just about got that now where I want to get it. Some of the growing stems I've actually tied in now, and this is just exactly how I want it to grow up. There's lots of strong shoots going that are really beginning to get going up the top of the plant, and I'm continually rubbing out small little shoots on this wooden stem at the base here. And there's one that I've just was probably grown out today. I gave it actually a good water yesterday. I'm letting it get really quite dry still in between watering, but I gave it a good water yesterday because the day temperature is really getting up now, and I want it to put on some growth, and it really is getting away. It's looking very strong, very healthy. I included a good strong feed, a full strength feed in it yesterday as well. And that's really beginning to push it away, and I'm hopeful that that's going to put on a lot of growth now over the next few months to really get going up this trellis work here. So that's my Angel Eyes Orange tub, and that's how that's going. Now obviously if you took any early cuttings, say in January or February under heat, I took a few. I didn't take a great deal, but I did some. I will actually talk more about taking cuttings later in the summer, because I do the bulk of my cuttings in the late summer and early autumn, and that's when I'll do a video about taking cuttings. But I did do a few early ones in January and February, which is the other sort of fairly good time to take them if you've got some nice fresh growth on your stock plants. And I've been potting them up over the last couple of weeks. They've all rooted now, so they're ready to grow away. I will use probably a good number of those for show work, particularly next year. I mean, they'd be ideal. They'd probably be sort of 16, 17 months old by then, which is probably a good age for certainly dwarfs and that sort, maybe basics as well. So I've been potting those up, and that's another job that I've been doing. I have actually started to get a bit of bloom. This is a bloom on a couple of standards that I've got here. This is a very old variety called Earl Wharton. It's also a very, very old standard. But it does come back every year, and I crop it back in the autumn thinking it's never going to come back again, but it always does. It always looks pretty good. Another one is this plant of Sammy Browham. This is a nice bicolour leaf plant raised by Brian West, and again this is about 5 or 6 years old. Done very well. I cut it back in the autumn, and it always breaks through over the autumn and into the winter. That's just started flowering. It's a fairly sort of nice single plant. I quite like the plants, the flowers with these spots and splashes on. I know a lot of growers don't, but I actually particularly like them, and I particularly like it on this variegated leaf. I think it looks very attractive. Another one I've got is this plant of Bold Princess. Now this is quite a nice standard. It's succumbed chronically to the reddening of the leaves. I think I showed you this actually last month, and I'll strip that down I think in the coming week or so, and I'll perhaps show you what it looks like when it's a bit cleaner. But it's a nice bloom. It always does very well as an exhibition plant, as a dwarf. But again, this plant is probably about 6 years old. I know what it is. It's one of the few that I actually haven't got a label in, but I know what it is. So, but the only thing with not having a label is I haven't got its history on it, so I haven't got its exact dates, which is somewhat frustrating for me. But it makes a lovely standard, and I probably need to pot it up a bit. It could do with moving on to give it a little bit of a boost and make it grow perhaps a little bit better. But I don't do a great deal with these. It just needs a good tidy up and a good clean up. Okay, so that's all from me this time. I'll be back over the next couple of weeks, and we'll probably look at potting on some baskets and tubs and that sort of thing. So I hope to see you then. Thanks a lot.